following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
Fantasy Springs Resort Casino in Indio, California. The Coachella Valley, about 2 hours east of downtown Los Angeles, is tonight's site for Golden Boy Boxing. An exciting card coming your way. It's about 95, but they say in the desert it's a dry heat. But inside it's going to be even hotter as the main event will get going with Alexis Rocha and Anthony Young. Thank you for joining us on Golden Boy. I'm Beto Duran alongside Golden Boy fighter Jose Gonzalez, and we're about a half hour away from our first fight walking into the ring. Here on the Golden Boy YouTube portion, we're going to have 3 fights for you. The undercard, we're going to have 3 of them for you, streaming free. Then at 6 o'clock Pacific time on the DAZN app is when it gets going. That's when you're going to see the card with the main event of Alexis Rocha and Anthony Young. We'll also see WBO a minimum weight bout. And we'll also see Scrappy Ramirez and also Oscar Duarte. But, Jose, let's get going with you. Alexis Rocha, you know him. You guys have been on the cards a lot, different divisions. But he's a young man that's been active in fighting. What do you expect to see from him tonight against Anthony Young?
There's been a lot of build-up to this fight. They were supposed to fight earlier this year. That fight did not happen, and I feel like it's just going to make this fight that much better. They built up a little, the things got heated this week, and it should be a great fight.
Yeah, it was a fight that was scheduled early in January at YouTube Theater. Young pulled out, as he said, he was injured the week before in sparring, and Rocha kept on with the card. He fought George Ashley and knocked him out at the YouTube Theater. See some highlights of Alexis Rocha of what he's been going through, and he's been putting on a show. Rocha, this is the one against Blair Cobbs. He took care of Cobbs, and that was the fight where it really got people going like, oh, he is back to being a player in 147-pound division.
Yeah, Alexis, every fight he's been improving. That loss that he had, it only showed that he can get so much better, and he learned a lot from that. And, I'm really happy with how he's been developing, and he's ready for the big fights.
Yeah, he's 22-1, 14 KOs. His opponent, Anthony Young, 24-2, 8 KOs. Last time we saw him on a bigger stage is when he took care of Saddam Ali on a Canelo undercard back in 2019, knocking out Ali, the former world champion. So Anthony Young comes in with an attitude like, yeah, you might call me an underdog, but I don't feel like that. That's a dangerous guy.
That's a dangerous opponent for anybody. A confident fighter is a dangerous fighter, so you can't count him out. It should be a great fight. Like you said, he has a win under a world champion under his belt, and that just gives him confidence. So I know Alexis is not going to take him lightly.
This is a fight against Ali where he was a 13-1 underdog. He said he went and bet on himself. He said, that's all I do. You want to call me, you better make sure it makes money sense. He's a businessman, all about it. He knows all about Alexis Rocha. This was a fight that he's been asking for because he said he doesn't fear Alexis Rocha. So our main event is going to be a good one. That's going to be on DAZN with Alexis Rocha and Anthony Young. And, of course, we've been hearing a lot about Alexis Rocha. He was supposed to be the mandatory to Bud Crawford. Of course, we've heard now that that's not going to happen. But Alexis understands the business side. You, Jose, also you understand the business side. So how hard is it for a fighter when you think there's something there but not really?
It's very hard because, as a fighter, you want to fight the best. I know Alexis' mindset's the same. It's a business, and at the end of the day, we know what it takes to get there, and you just got to deal with it and weather the storm.
Yeah, you weather that storm. It's about not just being a pro in the ring, it's also being out of the ring. You and your brother, actually the entire Gonzalez family with Don Chuy, your dad, you guys make sure that you're in the gym every single day. It's that mindset that Alexis has, just like you guys.
Yeah, it's a mindset, and you have to be about this life. You can't just say, I'm a fighter and then not put in the work. It's a lifestyle, to be honest. And you have to be willing to put in the sacrifices to get the results.
And we'll see what happens tonight in the main event. The sacrifices have been put in, the weight's been made, but the business side is a little different. And when you're trying to climb up and get a belt, the rankings help. And for more on the rankings and what's been going on with Alexis Rocha, let's go to the third member of our crew, Sofia Gutierrez.
That's right. Big night for Alexis Rocha and Anthony Young. Santa Ana's very own Alexis Rocha is currently ranked on Ring Magazine's top 10 list. He was supposed to be the mandatory for Terrence Crawford to get a title shot at the welterweight WBO title. However, we just learned that Errol Spence will be facing Terrence Crawford. However, so that fight with Alexis Rocha will not be happening. But he's keeping the ball rolling, and he keeps getting asked about the Terrence Crawford fight and the what-ifs. But he says he doesn't care. He's only focused on one thing and one opponent only, and that person is tonight. A win tonight for Alexis would mean one step closer at getting that title shot. So let's see what both fighters have in store for us tonight. Back to you ringside.
Yeah, and Sophia will be joining us all night here on the broadcast, getting interviews with the fighters to give us more perspective on what's going on in the corners during the fights. All right, so that's the main event. It's Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young, and of course the DAZN broadcast gets going at 6 o'clock. We're working towards our first fight, which will be at the bottom of the hour, 4:30 Pacific. You're going to see the first fight of the afternoon here on YouTube. I mentioned here on YouTube we have 3 fights for you. You're going to have young prospects making their way, guys that, when you start fighting, Jose, there's nobody in the building, but you got to get it done. It's also fun, though.
It's very fun. You kick off the show, you set the tone. Like you said, there's nobody in the building, so it's kind of, I don't want to say hard to feel that motivation of the crowd, but you just got to get in your zone, and you gotta put on a show.
Yeah, and right now the doors are not open. That's why it's so quiet in the event center right now. And it's going to be Bazooka Sanchez, Leo Sanchez, trained by Joel Diaz from Cathedral City, the first fight at 4:30. And the reason we bring that up, he's only in his 4th fight. He's going to have his 5th. But tonight on DAZN, there's going to be history attempted as Oscar Collazo, El Pupillo, from Alta Baja, Puerto Rico, is going for a world title in his 7th pro fight. He weighs 105 pounds. Collazo is taking on the champion Melvin Jerusalem from the Philippines. Well, Collazo is an interesting fighter. He has a huge amateur background. And in this weight division, when there aren't that many champs, you can move fast. And Jose, you know this. Give me a fight anywhere. You have that same attitude. But when it's for a title, my goodness.
That's that motivation. That's every fighter's dream, to fight for a world title, and he's doing it in his 8th fight.
7th fight.
7th fight.
Yeah.
That's amazing, and good for him. And I'm sure he's gonna want to put on a show.
Yeah, and he's actually the favorite in that fight. If you go to the Bet Online Sportsbook, you'll see that Collazo is the favorite when he takes on the champion Jerusalem, who's from the Philippines. Collazo, the last time we saw him on DAZN, knocked out his opponent to get to this fight. So he represents Puerto Rico very well, promoted by Miguel Cotto Promotion. So that'll be tonight, the WBO minimum weight. What is minimum? 105 pounds.
Yeah.
I know you and your brother Joe have a lot in the amateur scene, and you see 105 pounders are usually 12, 13 years old,
12,
not 26 years old.
I was 14 years old when I was at 106 pounds, and that wasn't even 105 pounds.
And now, if you would have stayed that way, Joe, we would have you as a world title shot.
I was 5'4", 5'5", so
exactly.
Can't make that now.
People were listening and were like, wait, 105? Yes, 105. And these two guys will go back and forth, a lot of action. That has the ability to steal the show. And for more on Collazo's quest for a world title and trying to make history, especially for Puerto Rico, let's go a special feature that we call World Title Bound.
Ever since I can remember, I always dreamed to be world champion. I'm Oscar Collazo, and that title is coming back to Puerto Rico.
El hijo de mi alma, Puerto Rico, el invicto, Oscar, el pupilo, Collazo.
I came to Puerto Rico when I was the age of 8. I started playing baseball. It was my like number 1 sport. It still is. Either way, I'm boxing, but I love the sport of baseball. I think that love of boxing came from I had to fight every day with the same person. It's like a bully. The same person every day. When sometimes I got hit, sometimes he got hit. And growing up like that, and in that situation, I had to learn to defend myself. my mom is Ocal de la Hoya is a favorite boxer, and I was born and she named me from Ocal de la Hoya. And look at that, I never knew that I was gonna be a boxer, that I was gonna be part of Golden Boy, and it's something like it's a dream come true. I'm destined to be world champion, to be where I'm at right now. I studied medical technology in La Católica and Ponce. It was very complicated. I had to think through what I wanted for my future, you know, but the path went through boxing. I have my amateur career was very like important for all this professional boxing. It made me open the doors that where I'm at right now. I have more than 150 fights. I went to Central American, the World Championships, the Pan American Games. The most standout I have is I had gold. I had one gold in the Pan American Games in Lima, Peru in 2019. I want to make a statement. I want to be the first one. I want to make history, and this is the first step of making history, being the first champion from Villalba. You know, the first time I met Miguel Cotto was, I was getting an award from 2019 Boxer of the Year, and it was dedicated from him, all the scenario. And I had the first picture with him, and I never knew I was gonna sign with him. I never knew he was gonna see me train one day, and I never knew I have his phone, the number on my phone. You know, a Hall of Famer is a great privilege. It's a good feeling to have the influence of Miguel Cotto Promotions have me in this route of my championship. Well, I do a lot of studying in boxing, you know, and of my weight classes. And I studied the record of Alexis Sanchez. I know him, he's from Ponce. I wanted to break that record that he got. I respect him a lot, you know, he was a great fighter. It's a lot to say because a lot of Puerto Ricans don't do that. The only person that did that, Alexis Sanchez, in his 12th fight, to win champion. So I'm very privileged to be in this route with my 7-5 making history. I literally fought every style that you can mention, you know, a smart fighter, a rough fighter, a strong fighter, different the country, Japan, Uzbekistan, and Europe. I saw every style and I fought every one. And now when I fight, I get better and better and better. And it's different. It's different from them to study me. And I know Melvin. He's a one station fighter, and I think it's a huge advantage. Me going 12 rounds with Vittorio Saludal. The style is pretty much the same because they both from the Philippines. It's gonna help me a lot for this fight. I fought the best. I'm in the rankings. My team supported me. My promoter support. You know, and I think it's destined to be. You know, I think I earned this fight. And I'm going to show everybody May 27th that I'm going to be world champion.
Back here ringside, will history be made? Oscar Collazo tries to make history in the WBO minimum weight division. I'm Beto Duran alongside Jose Gonzalez, working toward our first fight at 4:30 Pacific time. Will be our first one. It's going to feature Bazooka Sanchez, and now you can start feeling the building come alive. They've opened the doors, the music's up, DJ Ray's moving around, and Scrappy Ramirez is in the building. And you're looking at him, you're like, I don't like that guy. I like that guy. Scrappy Ramirez is going to be the opener on DAZN. The super flyweight is 11-0, 8 KOs. And I like him because he's good for the sport because he makes people aware.
Yeah.
You talk about energy. That dude is full of energy.
He brings all the energy. You know, each time he fights, it's a big event, and like I said, he brings the energy and he's exciting.
He knows how to promote himself for a young man who started boxing at 20 years old. But at the same time, though, Joe, there's a lot of guys in boxing that'll talk. But this dude puts in the work, and you got to respect that.
You got to respect that. He talks the talk and he walks the walk. You know, he puts in the work. and he gets the outcome in the fight, so you got to respect that.
And he's going to be taking off Fernando Diaz from Riverside in a good scrap. Diaz has gone up against some good names in the division, while Scrappy, he knows that, hey, his last performance, went 10 rounds, he needed the work, but he trains at Brick House Boxing, same gym as Curlo Ramirez, and he's confident in his abilities that he feels like he can make some noise at 115 pounds. So that's going to be the opener for DAZN at 6 o'clock. And then after that, you're going to have the minimum weights with the Filipino Jerusalem taking on the Puerto Rican Collazo. The co-feature tonight is 135-pounder Oscar Duarte, who only has one loss on his record, and after that, he's turned it around, knocking people out. He is a hard hitter, Jones. You know him.
Very hard hitter, strong fighter, pressure fighter. Had a great knockout his last fight, and he's looking to look even better this time around. So it's gonna be an exciting fight.
He's got the looks. He's from Parral, Chihuahua, and that is soap opera star Gabriel Soto in his corner, who's his manager. He comes in with a relentless attitude. I like the aggression because he comes in to make some noise.
Comes in to make some noise and get the knockout. He's not here to look cute or any of that. He comes in to fight, and he's a dangerous fighter.
He's got that country song. He lives on Rancho in Parral. He's baling hay, so that's where it's from. He doesn't lift weights. I'm just lifting the hay and also doing pull-ups and push-ups, and that work ethic I know you gotta love too, Joe.
That's that old school work ethic. You gotta love it, and you know, good for him. He's got a great build. Like I said, strong fighter.
25-1-1, 20 KOs for Oscar Duarte. He doesn't have a nickname. He just comes in to fight a kid who we didn't know him because he showed up at the Velasco years ago, back in 2015, as the B-side for a 4-rounder, knocked out a guy. They brought him back, knocked out another guy. Now he's the co-feature on DAZN. And Duarte making noise, much like how Camarón Cepeda came out of Mexico, worked his way up, and now you're like, whoa, that's the guy I like. Oscar Duarte has the same type of story, but Duarte is a fighter. In the co-feature, you don't want to blink. He said he's going to put on a show, and Oscar Duarte sat down with the cameras and broke down some of his fights, some of his knockouts. It's a feature we call Breakdown.
Soy Oscar Duarte y vamos a ver un poco de mi pelea contra Alex Martin en este breakdown. Fíjate que ahí al entrar empecé a sentir el apoyo de la gente, gritando Oscar. Oh, me acuerdo de las gradas que empezaron a hacerle así, y eso como que me llenó de energía para salir con ganas.
And he has very sneaky uppercuts once he's on the inside. Early in this fight, it'll be smart of him to hit him at the shoulders and bicep. Oh, right hand scores for Martin.
Fíjate que para mí empezamos rápido. Mi plan era presionarlo desde un principio. Y así fue, fui a presionarlo. Ahí en ese segundo round lo lastimo al finalizar el round. Pero la verdad que un gran peleador, Martin, de mucha experiencia, es muy rápido, entonces me ayudó mucho a utilizar mi reflejo en esta pelea. Y mi juego de piernas tuve que usar, no se ve tanto ahí como estaba cortando, pero estaba tras de él, cortando el ring porque se movía muy bien. Sí. Ahí mi golpeo al cuerpo fue clave. Siento yo que por sus habilidades que él tiene de lo rápido, mi golpeo al cuerpo siento que le fue quitando piernas y rapidez. Y ahí que se me empezó a quedar un poquito más parado, pues ya fue cuando lo empecé a agarrar con mis contragolpes. Mira, ahí sigo trabajando al cuerpo. Pero la verdad que un guerrero Martin, un peleador muy inteligente. Fíjate que no me frustró, pero lo que sí que era muy mañoso. Sentía yo que, por ejemplo, me hizo un corte aquí en el lado derecho, fue un cabezazo. También me estuvo pegando abajo del cinturón. Entonces, su hombro no me frustró porque yo sabía que iba a sentir la pegada, iba a tratar de cubrirse él de cualquier forma. Y haz de cuenta que el plan fue el mismo, cuerpo. Y ahí en el octavo ya lo traía acabado al cuerpo, ya no quería nada. Entonces pues ya nada más era cuestión de tiempo, exactamente. Y si te fijas me fui poniendo con la preparación que hice, cada round yo me ponía más fuerte. Y ahí fue que logré conectarlo. Sí, no, definitivamente desde la primera caída, ya no, yo vi sus ojos, ya estaba fuera ya no podía.
Qué padre se siente eso, o sea, escuchar tu nombre así.
Sí, más que nada que cuando escuchas que la gente se te entrega, o sea, que sabes que hiciste un buen trabajo y diste un buen espectáculo. La verdad que eso no tiene precio, el apoyo de la gente. Sí. Muchas gracias a toda mi gente por ver este breakdown de mi pelea contra Alex Martin e invitarlos a que no se pierdan mi pelea este sábado 27 porque Oscar, la migraña Duarte, va con todo.
9 minutes away from our first bout of the night here in Indio, California. Beto Duran alongside Joe Gonzalez. What are you fighting, man?
I don't know. I'm staying in the gym. I'm staying ready. That's all.
Right. Well, then just don't start punching me or anything like that, because actually that'll be good for the Golden Boy social media account. But you know,
we can start off the show.
And I just don't want to break your hands. You know, been working out, baby. We're working out. No, but yeah, we're working towards our first fight of the night. But back to Oscar Duarte. You mentioned it while we were watching that film. That was good work against Alex Martin, who was very difficult and slippery for him to be able to take it out like that. That's impressive.
It was, Alex Martin was crafty. He was very shifty. He was hard to hit. And he was boxing well up until he got caught. The ultimate difference in that fight was the power that we mentioned from Oscar Duarte.
And Oscar Duarte will be the co-feature tonight. He said he's expecting to make it an early night, and that'll be a good one. All right, so what's going on here? The DAZN portion starts at 6 o'clock. Right here on the YouTube page, it gets going at 4:30, and it's going to be Bazooka Sanchez from nearby Cathedral City, and the fans are starting to arrive for him right now. Sanchez is 4-0, trains with Joel Diaz, 4-0, 3 KOs in 130 pounds. Then after that is Johnny Cañas, who's 21 years old, recently signed a Golden Boy with 0 professional fights. That's right. Oscar De La Hoya likes him so much, and he sees something in him, that he signed Cañas to Golden Boy Promotions. It'll be his professional debut. He's with TKO Boxing with Hector Lopez and SOA Boxing, and Hector is, of course, Alexis Rocha's trainer. So he's in the same gym as Alexis Rocha and his brother Ronnie Rio. So he's been around. Didn't have the biggest amateur background, but the dude can fight from what we've been told. And then after that, our last bout here on the YouTube is going to be Eric Priest, who recently signed with Golden Boy as well. Priest, a middleweight with a record of 9-0, 7 KOs. He's originally from Kansas, but has been working out at Churchill Boxing on the west side of LA for a while. He's been around the club scenes in the LA area. I've seen him a couple times. You're really going to like what you see from Eric Priest. So much so that Oscar De La Hoya also signed him because he liked what he saw from this young man, Eric Priest. So 3 fights for you free here on YouTube. And then after that, at 6 o'clock, that's when DAZN gets going. I'll be on the broadcast alongside Sergio Mora and Chris Mannix, and that'll be Scrappy Ramirez taking on Fernando Diaz. So that'll be the opener on DAZN. Then after that is going to be the WBO minimum weight title, the fight that I think could steal the night. Melvin Jerusalem from the Philippines, in defending his belt for the first time, goes on the road for the first time in the United States as he takes on Puerto Rico's Oscar Collazo. who's trying to make history for being the fastest Puerto Rican to win a world title in his 7th professional fight. Collazo 6-0, 4 KOs. Jerusalem coming off a second-round KO in Japan to win the world title. The co-feature, we've mentioned it, Oscar Duarte takes on Angelo Keys from Houston, Texas. Keys is 17-2, but Duarte Parral Chihuahua is 25-1-1. And then the main event, Alexis Rocha, who's an 8-1 favorite, takes on Anthony Young from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Young 24-2. One of those victories against former world champion Saddam Ali. He's used to being the underdog. He likes that role as he and Rocha went back and forth all week long. The weigh-in was good. The showdown was good. And finally, we will have a fight. So that's our full fight card here in Indio, California at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Make sure you follow the Golden Boy social media pages for all the behind-the-scenes account. Good videos from Larry. Fantastic photos from Chris Escada. Everybody working behind the scenes on the social media accounts, posting the content immediately for you. I know there's stuff already up there from the fighters that have walked into the building. We are 5 minutes away from our first bout of walk-in. So Golden Boy has been busy. Yes, we have a fight today. But it's also Golden Boy Fight Night, our awesome Thursday night show that we do here in Indio, where you're giving the young prospects an opportunity to get onto the big stage. And June 8th, that's right around the corner, right? That's like tomorrow?
Like 2 weeks away.
Man,
Less than 2 weeks away.
We'll be back here on June 8th. Let's check out the promo for that video and the fight that's going to happen right here on Thursday night.
Going to see what's going to hit him. Gucci
Gucci Manny Flores will be the main event on Thursday night. Golden Boy Fight Night also recently signed to Golden Boy along with his brother, or his cousin, Grant Flores. And I love that Thursday night development series. You've been part of it. You know what it's like. And it gives the kids exposure when you're the main event. It's always awesome.
Yeah, and this venue too, you know, it doesn't, you know, gives it a lot more, you know, credibility.
That vibe, right?
That
That
fire,
attitude.
that vibe. You see when the stadium starts filling up, it gets electric in here. And, you know, it's a fun night of boxing.
And that'll be June 8th. Golden Boy's busy. We got June 8th here. The June 10th, Mungia in Ontario. So, hey, the staff, everybody behind the scenes, you're going to be super busy. Stop pulling our cars, man. They're trying to get us off the air right now. What is it? We are 3 minutes away from our first fight coming your way. It should be fun tonight, Joes, because you have the 4 on the zone. We got the 3 here. At the same time, you can hear DJ Ray making noise. You can see the fighters back there. I know you're itching to, like,
it's going to be a fun night. You know, I'm excited to see these first 3 bouts that we have. You got a guy making his pro debut, a guy making his Golden Boy debut. It's going to be a fun night, and I'm excited to see them.
You're a fight fan in general, because I know that you're always watching the fights. This is one where if you weren't working, you'd be in the crowd watching, right?
For sure, I'd be in the crowd. I'm a fight fan before anything, too. I grew up watching the sport. That's how I fell in love with the sport, and it's a great fun night for all the fans.
All right, promote your social media, Jose.
I have an Instagram, Jose Gonzalez. Go ahead and follow me on there.
What? J-O-U.
Yeah, I got to spell it out.
Yes.
I got a weird name, I know.
I'm the Bethel.
Jousce, Gonzalez with the Z. That's my Instagram. Go ahead and follow it.
And the best part about it is he's got this dog, Alpha, who hates me and is trying to bite me, and I'm scared of that dog, Alpha. No. So glad you didn't bring him today, but we will have the fun fights with you. Interact with us on social media. Go to the Golden Boy Twitter account. Wherever you may be, 3 fights for free here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Then at 6 o'clock on DAZN. I know it's a busy day for DAZN. They got fights in England. They got fights here in California. No matter what, make sure you follow all the social media accounts for all the behind the scenes. You know, we've seen fights in Ireland also. You know, Venado Lopez had a victory. Big victory.
Knockout in the 5th.
Yeah.
Great fight.
Hey, there's stuff everywhere. It's Memorial Weekend. Thank you for joining us. Interact with us. Have fun with us. Let us know what's going on. Make sure you follow the Golden Boy Instagram account. Cool scenes. All the stuff behind the scenes. All right, Jose. When you show up here, right, at Fancy Springs, you warm up. Early in your career, you're in the tent. When you get that room and you actually have your name on the locker room, how's that feel?
It feels good. I've had it in my last 2 fights here.
You get your own bathroom?
You get your own bathroom. You get your own shower. You get those extra,
the perks,
luxuries,
baby.
the perks, the luxuries, and
you get security walking you in.
It feels nice. You're like, oh man, it shows you that your hard work can earn things like that, and then you just want to go bigger, bigger venues, and it feels really nice as a fighter, up and coming, and gotta work hard for it.
Yeah, we're a couple minutes away from our first fight, ready to walk. The energy's picking up, the music's picking up. You can hear DJ Ray spinning it there. Make sure you subscribe to the Golden Boy YouTube page. Make sure you like. Leave the comments. We'll interact with you throughout the night. Again, if you join us right now, the first fight, minutes away. The Zone at 6 o'clock Pacific. That's on the app. Make sure you check that out. Myself, Sergio Mora, and Chris Mannix will be on the broadcast for you. The main event, Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young, the co-feature, Oscar Duarte against D'Angelo Keys. Melvin Jerusalem defends his belt against Oscar Collazo. And then Scrappy Ramirez takes it on. Actually, his name is John. We just found that out.
I know him by Scrappy.
Never knew
Everybody
that.
knows him about Scrappy.
Never knew his name was
Scrappy.
John. It's Scrappy Ramirez. But right now, Joe Martinez is in the ring, ready to bring you 3 good fights. Jose Gonzalez, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I want you to say this right now. Let's go to the ring with Joe Gonzalez. Wait, what's his name?
Joe Martinez.
Okay, here, figure it out. Go on, say it.
Let's go to the ring with Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to Fantasy Springs Resort Casino here in Indio, California for an exciting night of professional boxing, all brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. Sponsored by Bet Online. All of tonight's fight odds are brought to you by Bet Online and AutoZone. Get in the zone with AutoZone with our sponsor, Masculine. It's a mentality. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for 4 rounds of super featherweight action, and first to make his way to the ring from Omaha, Nebraska, Ulises Reyes.
Ulysses Reyes, fighting for the first time in California from Omaha, Nebraska, but he's got roots in Guerrero, Mexico. He's enjoying the attitude coming out. He's going to be our super featherweight. He's 32 years old, and he's got the 402, the area code. Lives in Omaha. Works in construction. I was like, hey, where were you been, man? How come you weren't fighting? He's like, life. He goes, I've always been in the gym, but I got to provide. I got to work. The things have gotten better now after the pandemic. I was able to dedicate myself to boxing. And here I am as a pro. So he's 1-0 with 1 KO.
He's looking to make an opportunity for himself tonight. We'll see if he can do it. He's got a tough task.
El Guerrito, little warrior. DJ Ray letting the.
And next to make his way to the ring, fighting out of the red corner from Cathedral City, here is Leonardo Sanchez.
Joel Diaz training camp. That's his grandfather to his right. Nickname Bazooka. This is Leonardo Sanchez, 20 years old. A ring walk that he made many times as an amateur. Here they have the Desert Showdown. Here he is now as a pro.
I fought at the Desert Showdown a few times.
That's what they have, like, what, 4 rings out here?
Yeah, 4 rings.
Now you're the only one here, Bazooka.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super featherweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside are Carla Caiz, Ray Corona, and Jonathan Davis. And when the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge, Jerry Cantu. Introducing you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with blue and yellow. He weighed in 129 pounds. He enters the ring tonight for the 2nd time, looking for victory number 2 from Omaha, Nebraska. Here is El Guerrerito, Ulises Reyes. And across the ring stands his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black with gold, he weighed in 130 pounds even. In 4 professional fights, he stands perfect with 4 victories, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated super featherweight from Cathedral City, California, Leo El Bazooka Sanchez.
2 seconds. Mouthpiece. Gentlemen, you were given your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Touch him up. Good luck to both of you.
As we get ready to go, our first bout of the evening. It's a 4-rounder between Leo Sanchez and Ulysses Reyes, representing Mara's Boxing Gym in Omaha, Nebraska. Bazooka, representing Joel Diaz Training Camp here in Indio, California. Jerry Cantu, the third man in the ring, and we are ready. Our first bout for you here on YouTube. Bazooka in the black, a southpaw stance. Coming off a second-round KO in April. He turned pro last year. His pro debut last July went the distance. That was the top to show the Doubletree in Ontario. Then after that, he's been knocking people out. He lands a left hook right away. What's it like for a young fighter, Joseph, when you're the first bout of the night?
It's exciting. You want to start off the show, start off with a bang. I'm sure he has those jitters, but in the pro ranks, you got to just keep it calm and feel him out. And
he tags him with the left right there. They're exchanging hooks.
A lot of the times, too, when you have a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, you got to watch out with the headbutts, too.
Ooh. Bazooka landing his left hook flush here in the first round. He's got Miguel Cotto Promotions on his side. He's actually fought in Panama. So he's got people behind him. It's the young 20-year-old Leo Sanchez. Body work, you can hear the thud from Sanchez in the black. Left hook.
Nice solid left hook right there. I would like to see Sanchez work off more of the jab. Work the jab, set him up from the outside.
And body shot got him. Reyes gets tagged on the right side of the body. A body shot drops him here early in the first.
He's got a minute 26 to survive.
If you're Sanchez, what do you do?
Hold, move around the ring, gets close, can't get your distance.
And he's not doing that. He's trying to trade with him, and he's getting tagged upstairs.
Right here is where you should start moving again and survive the round.
Oh.
Sanchez still looking for that body, you know.
Sanchez in black. A minute to go in the opening round. Stalking is Sanchez. Here's the holding you were talking about.
He's still looking for that body shot. I would try faking him around, coming up top of it now.
Another good body shot. You land one, go to another one, right?
Yep. If he's not stopping it, keep doing it.
Slip.
Push.
Opening round. Leo Bazooka Sanchez looking strong. Our opening bout here on YouTube. 10 seconds to go.
Another good body shot.
Solid shot again.
Just missed with that uppercut right there, Sanchez did.
Let's look at some replays from that first round. Look like a body shot, Jose.
That was a good body shot, right through the guard by Sanchez, and he keeps on looking for it. I'm hoping he can switch it up top now because Reyes is going to be expecting that body work now, so he's got to change it up.
Scheduled for 4 rounds. The fight after this will be Johnny Cañas and Jose Alvarado, then Eric Priest and Ricardo Villalba from Buenos Aires. All right, so if you're Bazooka, you dropped him in the first with a body shot. What's the attack here in the second?
Me personally, I would go to finish it. I would go finish the job. I know I got him hurt. I know I can hurt him, and that would just add fuel to my fire.
And he drops him with the big left. He heard you, Joes. Attack him, and he went after him, and he loaded up on that left and straight left. Mars down for the second time in the fight. Wobbly. How much more of this will it last? Body shot. You
Great body shot by Sanchez.
Just stalking his Bazooka Sanchez. The nickname given by his grandfather, so you can hear the bazooka when he punches.
Hey, I'm definitely hearing those shots right from ringside.
You're hearing them all over YouTube, wherever you may be watching tonight.
Sure,
another one. Good left. How much more will Jerry Cantu let it go? And it's the third, and it's over. Leo Sanchez with a second round KO. Bazooka looks impressive. Abraham Gonzalez, an excellent boxing scribe, watching it, tweeting about it. Abe, I think we need a story on this. Bazooka Gonzalez continues to jump and attack, a young man to watch out. He's now 5-0 with 4 KOs. That was impressive.
That was very impressive. Started in the body, and he made his way up top, and that's how he got the knockout. Great win by, great showing by Sanchez.
And we'll look at some of the replays coming up. There's levels to it, and you saw Sanchez right away.
Sanchez is working that left overtime.
And that's where Jerry Cantu smartly stops it. I'm not trying to sound like that old man saying, get off my lawn, but I like that Sanchez isn't jumping up and down, partying, celebrating. A lot has to do with the trainer, Joel Diaz. It's the same way your dad would do it, don't you?
Joel Diaz, I'm sure he keeps them disciplined, and, there's always room to grow, and he keeps them humble.
Well, he did what he was supposed to do, didn't play with his food, and attacked.
You never want to play with your food. You never want to give anybody a chance in this sport. Anything can happen. And, great win by Sanchez, and he's probably going to look to get back in the gym as soon as possible.
There's Joel, Tonio Diaz, his grandfather, everybody in his corner. And I have a feeling he'll probably be back in the gym Monday.
Monday for sure.
Joe Martinez, make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 1 minute, 1 second, round number 2. Referee Jerry Cantu puts a halt to the bout. Your winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, Leo El Bazooka Sanchez.
He's now 5-0. Bazooka Sanchez. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that he just knocked the guy out for the fourth time, and he's now 5-0. He looks like he's probably disappointed, man.
You wouldn't be able to tell he was just in a fight.
He reminds me of a Gonzalez. Because I don't know with you, when you win, what you're feeling, what you're thinking at all.
There's always room to grow. I'm my hardest critic.
Yeah, you are.
There's always room to grow, and you never want to be satisfied. You always just want to keep on growing and keep on getting better.
All right, coming up next, Johnny Cañas, Jose Alvarado, then Eric Priest, Ricardo Villalba. But our first fight in the books, Banda is jamming. Leo Sanchez gets the victory. And you know what? When you get a knockout like that, I'm going to make an executive decision. I need an interview with him. I want to hear what he's all about. Leo Sanchez.
I want to see if he can smile.
Right, okay, yeah, that's right. Will we get a smile from Leo Sanchez?
We'll see right now.
All right, Sofia Gutierrez in the ring.
All right, Leo, you started off the night with a great big bang like a bazooka, as they call you. Tell me, what was going through your head as you were walking into the building, hearing all your friends and family cheering you on?
I felt like really pressured knowing that I'm at my backyard, so I had to set a statement. That's how I felt today.
And this isn't your first time getting a knockout in the second round. Talk to me. How did it feel connecting those uppercut punches?
I felt strong, so leading up to the fight, I knew I'd catch him with the body shot or uppercut.
And we are in your backyard, like you said. A bunch of your friends and family are here.
back home and as well here?
I just want to thank everybody that's supporting me out here in the valley. I do it for all of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Congrats on your win. Back to the ringside.
Kind of a smile.
There was a little smile in there. There was a little smile in there.
When it was about his family, right? So
Yeah.
a little bit of smile. We'll get that. Yeah, so a little bit of smile. I like that, though. It's like, hey, I'm supposed to do this, get after it. That's the attitude. Bethel Duran alongside Jose Gonzalez here ringside. And thank you for joining us. 2 more fights for you here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. We're at the Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, and at 6 o'clock is when you'll be able to check out the fights on DAZN. Scrappy Ramirez will open that up. Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young, the main event. Coming up next will be Johnny Cañas, and then after that, Eric Priest. But, okay, talk to me, Jose. When you go and you have the first fight, right? You've done this. You've been here, the first fight of the night. You go back there, doctors look at you, and then what? Do you leave? Do you go? What do? Do you stay for the fight?
And you come say hi to everybody that came out to watch you. That's probably the best time. Not the fight itself, it's just seeing everybody that came out to support you in your dream.
All right, so you come out, you support her, everybody's there for you, and then you're like, leave me alone.
Nah, and then you go eat.
then you go eat. Then you go
At the same time, we're fighters, but we're human too.
All right, what do you eat afterwards?
I love sushi.
Sushi?
I love sushi. I go straight to my sushi, or I go to my Starbucks. Yeah, those are my go-to right there.
You're like a 45-year-old man, because that's exactly what I do. Sushi and Starbucks.
My 2 favorite things.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing right now, because the DJ is just blasting inside here. DJ Ray is so loud. So if Bobby could give me an idea of what we're going to do right now as we wait for Johnny Cañas and Jose Alvarado. All right, so there's a fight July 8th. Let's check out that promo.
Here comes Virgil Ortiz Jr. knocking them all out.
Get prospect into a legitimate contender for his last 4 or 5 fights.
Montez Staniones.
Years-old Ortiz Jr. has his eyes on the prize. He wants to be a welterweight champion.
That's in San Antonio, Texas. We finally get that fight that's been postponed because of injuries and an appendix. Woo! Damn, they're turning it up in here.
That was loud.
Hey, they want to turn it up. They're turning everything up. There it is. So Virgil Ortiz. That'll be a heck of a fight. He takes on. There might be some demons in here.
Yeah, now I hear them.
Oh man. Whatever it is, though, Virgil Ortiz, when you get in the ring with him, you might see some demons, the way he hits.
Virgil Ortiz is a strong fighter. I got in the ring with him early in my career. Strong fighter, great fighter.
You sparred with him?
Yeah, early in our careers when we first turned pro. Yeah,
Okay.
we both had about a few fights.
Okay.
And we sparred out here in Indio when he was with Joel Diaz.
Okay. What weight do you fight at, Joe?
I fight at 135.
135. Okay,
Yeah.
So he was smaller at the time.
He was still fighting at 140. He started his career at 140.
Yeah.
So we're only like about 5, 10, 8 pounds off. It was good work.
Yeah, real good work, and that was the fight against the Nail, and you had that as Oscar De La Hoya walks into the building. He was really high on Virgil Ortiz. I remember when Virgil made his pro debut, that was against Mauricio Herrera. The only time that Herrera was ever stopped. I was in Las Vegas. Now Virgil will be the main event July 8th in San Antonio, Texas, training with Manny Robles and, of course, with his father, Virgil Sr., who's running the show here for the team Ortiz. That'll be a heck of a fight July 8th. Our main event tonight, Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young. The co-feature, Oscar Duarte, D'Angelo Keys. Melvin Jerusalem, Oscar Collazo will be fighting for the WBO minimum weight title. And then the opener at 6 o'clock, Scrappy Ramirez, Fernando Diaz. Coming up next will be Johnny Cañas. And then after that, Eric Priest. All right, so we got it going. We got the fights here. We're figuring things out. And we're looking at this. When you're here on a Saturday night, Joe, holiday weekend, this place is packing up right now. It's filling up very nicely.
Starting to fill up pretty fast. You see the stands starting to get filled up. People on their feet. It's going to be a great night of boxing.
It'll be a good night of boxing. That'll be coming up. I said, the zone at 6 o'clock. Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young is the main event. Bobby, where are we going? The showdown. You got to yell at me, baby, because I want to yell at you. The showdown. is next.
Welcome to the Showdown. I'm your host, Beto Duran. May 27th, Saturday of Memorial Weekend, the welterweights will go at it live on DAZN. Alexis Rocha from Southern California taking on Atlantic City's Anthony Young. Lex, I'm going to start with you. How many times did you think I'm fighting Young?
Yeah, second time. First time we're supposed to fight January 27th. He pulled out. Now we're here. Second time.
You pulled out?
I got hurt. You know, it's a part of boxing. I had sparring some wild guy, headbutted me, putting on 2 ounces of space fracture in my nose. Extremely painful. I thought I could go through with it. I went to spar again, and the pain was unbearable. And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm sparring somebody lesser than my opponent. So with no headgear, 8 ounce gloves, I know it's gonna be a lot more painful. I wasn't able.
Come on now. How hard are you gonna go when you're a week out of your fight? He pulled out on a Saturday. How are you gonna go hard the last week?
Saturday before the fight?
Before the fight. How are you gonna go the last week hard?
That's my last day.
Why would you even consider going hard with the Wild guy?
Last day sparring. I didn't. One, he was a big guy, and I knew he was sparring. First off,
why would you go?
First off, I got the fight 4 weeks notice. They called me that fight.
So did I. I got the same exact time frame you did.
You just got out of a fight. You just fought. You've been active.
I had a vacation on right after that.
You've been active. So
you haven't been active.
You knew about the fight already. I didn't.
I didn't know I'd fight anything at all.
You signed the Golden Boy. They telling you when you gonna fight, when you scheduled the fight. I get a call.
Look, Ryan pulled out.
Weeks notice.
Ryan pulled out.
It was the Ryan.
I was the next one to be.
They needed a main event. I was already on the card.
I was not on the card.
I was already on the card.
First of all, I was on the card. They called me early morning to fight. I said yes. I don't care who it is, where it's at. Give me 5 weeks. I'll prepare myself to the best I possibly can. I stay in the gym.
5 weeks.
Okay, so when they called you, did you jump at the chance?
Absolutely.
Why?
I jumped right on it.
Why?
Because he ain't a world beater. He's good. He's been moved right. You look at his resume. You look at my resume. Who has he really?
You can't compare.
How?
You fought Saddam Ali. Granted, he's a former world champion. He was halfway retired already.
That wasn't my fault.
Feather just said he just come in weight.
That was.
You fought a shell of Saddam Ali.
I probably did, and I smoked him. I ain't go.
As you're supposed to.
Why?
As you're supposed to.
How am I supposed to? When I was at 18-1.
A man that's 50%, you want to go in there and beat him.
18-1 under the 18. If
it don't matter.
They knew that. If obviously he was make the sports bookies, they all knew that. To the 18-1 underdog, and he got smoked. Like, well, I'd be one thing if I beat him in a decision, majority decision. I smoked him. It ain't even good. I beat him worse than Munguia did.
So you're the underdog then.
Yeah.
You're the underdog again.
Yeah,
I'm underdog all the time.
Always the underdog.
So what are we looking for?
A win.
A win?
Yeah. I look at him. Don't get me wrong. He's a great amateur, very good record, 22-1, but he's beaten everybody he's supposed to beat, except for when he was supposed to step up and win, he lost
against Rashid Ellis.
Rashid Ellis.
If you're expecting the same guy that fought Rashid Ellis that night,
he can't crack.
You're in for a world of hurt Saturday
night. Crack an egg.
He can't crack an egg. You seen his last fight. He was.
My knockouts speak for themselves.
Against who though?
Against top guys. I fought undefeated guys. I beat them.
Name me who you.
Even the journeymen I fought, they came and knocked out undefeated prospects.
I've never heard of none of them dudes. You got dudes from Mexico, Venezuela, dudes that you're supposed to be.
Who have you fought back in barrooms, back in bars, back in...
Exactly, same kind of people. They just you just do it on the biggest stage. You have a bigger promotional company behind you.
When these lights run, it's a whole different thing. It's a bigger stage. It's a big different stage.
I've been under them lights.
That's good, man. That's good.
I've been under them lights.
The main event, Saturday. Alexis, you're getting to the point now where guys are calling you out, right? He's the underdog. He wants to get what you got. He even said it. You got the promotion company. You got the broadcaster. Everything behind you. He's coming at you.
Yeah, he's coming at me. I expect him to come at me. I expect everyone to come at me from here on out. I don't overlook anyone. You're a good fighter. I'll give you that.
Likewise.
You're a good fighter. I'll give you that. Like, everyone's always fucking telling me, what does a win with this go for Terence Crawford? Like, everyone's always telling me that Crawford. I don't give a about that fight right now. My eyes and my thing right now is against Anthony Young Saturday night.
As it should be. Because I'm real and I'm in front of him.
That's good, man. That's good.
The main event, Saturday, live on DAZN. The showdown was good. Hopefully the fight delivers.
Those are fun to moderate because I ain't gonna lie. I twist a little bit. Like, I get out of there. But that was one like you felt that. Okay.
You felt that tension in that room.
Yes, you did.
Felt that tension.
And
I wasn't even in the room, and I felt the tension.
Yeah, with respect though, con todo respeto, they would say, they respect each other.
They respect each other's skills, and they're gonna come at their best.
But they're also very confident.
Yeah, it's
Both
that
of them.
competition. It's gonna be a great fight. Young is no pushover. He's used to being the underdog. Doesn't care about the odds and none of that. He's coming with the mindset that he's gonna win. Rocha wants to get bigger fights after this, so he knows he's got to come out here and take care of Young. It's going to be a great fight.
That's our main event later on tonight on DAZN. Coming up next, though, Johnny Cañas, Jose Alvarado. Then after that, one more right here on YouTube, Eric Priest, Ricardo Villalba. Make sure you follow the Golden Boys social media accounts, Twitter and Instagram. Interact with them and let us know where you're watching from, what are you doing, and who you got tonight. And, of course, the DAZN broadcast gets going at 6 o'clock. I'll be on this broadcast with Chris Mannix and Sergio Mora starting at 6 live on DAZN. You know what? We haven't said Joe Martinez's name in a while, right? You know what? Listen. Here, go ahead. Say it. Talk to Joe.
Let's send it over to Joe.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of action. This in the super lightweight division. And first to make his way to the ring, here comes Jose Alvarado.
All right. You talk about a dude who's like, I don't care what's going on.
And these are all grown men. I'm hitting them in the head with bottles and bricks like.
Jose Alvarado, Puebla, Mexico. Nickname, El Loco. L-O-K-O. Got to make sure you spell it with the K, Jose. He showed up with gloves. That's what he showed up with. He showed up with his gear. He doesn't care. 1-7, and he'll do whatever he wants inside of the ring.
Doesn't care. He's here to fight. He's just here, to box. Look at him in the ring. He's
partying, son. He's partying.
Feeling himself.
Es rockero. Que viva el rock.
Yeah, he's feeling himself for sure.
Oh, he's about to feel some punches.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, ready to make his first professional ring walk into the ring from Santana. Here is Johnny Cañas.
So you had the rockero, and Jose Alvarado, and now you hear Me Vale, Johnny Cañas with Maná coming out. Loosely translated, I don't care. You got a Spanish rock concert breaking out here tonight.
Picked a great song.
And he has a lot of people here for his pro debut. "21-year-old, recently signed to Golden Boy, making his pro debut."
Sure, it's got to be a very exciting time for him right now.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go 4 rounds of action. This in the super lightweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside are Carla Caiz, Jerry Cantu, and Jonathan Davis. And when the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge, Ray Corona. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed in red and gold. He weighed officially 138 pounds. He enters the ring tonight for the 9th time as a professional, hailing from Puebla, Mexico. Here is Jose El Loco Alvarado. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks trimmed in orange and white. He weighed in 136.5 pounds. Tonight, this young man makes his professional debut from Santana, California. Here is Sugar Cane, Johnny Cañas.
Aquí está bien. Right here is good. Touch gloves if you want. God bless.
Ray Corona, the third man in the ring. And, man, some noise being made. Cañas brought a crowd from the 714. And Loco takes the knee. He's ready to attack. Lessons himself. I guess not. You better protect yourself.
You better be ready to fight.
Cañas does a lot of sparring with Robert Garcia's fighters. And Hector Lopez's trainer will take him out there. So he's gone up against a lot of pros as local big winging punches. And Cañas attacking. He's 6'1", 136.
Very tall for that weight. Very tall.
That's your weight.
And
you're tall for your
I'm
division.
tall for my weight, and he's taller than me. He's only 21. I'm sure his body's going to fill out a little bit more the older he gets.
Introduced to the sport of boxing by his mom, his Cañas, because at 16, he wasn't exactly doing well. And he was fighting in the streets and in school, and his mom said, you need some discipline. Took him to TKO boxing with Hector. He said, and boxing has helped straighten him out, put him in the right path. And here he is as a professional, signed to Golden Boy. Making his professional debut. Much like what you guys do with your gym, Jose.
Hey, we got a lot of kids that, oh yeah, he has a bad attitude. He has problems at school, and they come into the gym and we straighten him out for sure.
The discipline that boxing provides. And right now, Cañas is trying to load up on his punches. As Loco knows how to survive.
Loco's trying to bait him in.
Yep. Loco does not care. Talk to him, and he's like, this is fun. What time is my fight on? Like, because I can tell my people.
I think he was even talking in the ring right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Loco knows he's not the most skilled, but he's going to use whatever advantage that he has, and he's going to try to play mind games with the young Cañas.
You hear the body shot
You
from
hear
Cañas.
another body shot. Cañas is long. I would like to see him pop that jab. Set up from the outside. Set that body shot up.
Body shot, hook, and Loco just rolls with it, not trying to get hit flush.
Loco wants to just survive.
Yeah. It's scheduled for 4 rounds. Oscar signed him, De La Hoya did, and he's here in attendance. See him watching him. He said at the press conference that Cañas was DMing him, sending him clips of him working out in attention. Big
Barely
swing and a
missed
miss.
That right, Cañas did.
And it goes to the second round. Locals trunks say team killers. Like,
that's his mindset coming into the fight.
so Panama jamming for you. So here's the reason that Loco was picked. You're like, okay, come on, man. He's 1-7. This kid's making a debut. This ain't right. No. Don't be fooled by the record. Loco knows how to survive, as Joe said it. In those 7 losses, he's never been stopped. He attacks. He rolls. He'll mix it up.
And he throws some bombs in there, too.
He throws a haymaker hoping to land. And he's getting tagged upstairs.
Looks like Cañas is hurting him a bit right here.
And Joe, this is the part of welcome to boxing, right? It's not going to be easy.
No, it's definitely not going to be easy.
Hey, just because you think you can do something, you have these grown men, like Loco, who's 34 years old from Puebla, who's going to return back to Mexico with some money in his pocket. He's got to go to work on Monday.
You know, that's the lifestyle they live. They go to work, go train, look for an opportunity, hope they get a call. And him putting up fights like this where he survives will definitely get him a call back.
And they don't care that you have a contract. They don't care
They
that
don't
you're
care
a
about the
stand value.
contract. They don't care about that you're undefeated. They don't care about nothing.
Big right hand from
There it
Canas.
is.
And immediately
Immediately
Loco holds
holding.
on. He
Veteran
knows what to
move.
do.
Veteran move from Loco.
Yeah, everybody loves the 15-second knockout. That's great for Instagram, but getting around is important.
Very important as a development as a professional fighter.
Canas trains with Alexis Rocha in the gym with him. Rocha, after the pandemic, mentored Canas. Canas, he would go to the gym, but not really take it serious, in and out of the gyms at times. Rocha told him, after he picked him up from a construction site where Canas was working, 18 years old, like, what are you doing with your life? You have a lot of talent. You have a lot of ability. You should not be working construction. Take it serious. Go to the gym. Run every day like you're supposed to. Be a pro. He said that mentorship from Alexis, who still talks to him in that manner now, said is really important for him in deciding to take boxing serious.
As a young fighter, if you have somebody like that in your life, it's a blessing, to be honest. He's got Alexis, who's been there, done that, and it should definitely help him along in the pros.
But you got to listen, right?
You definitely have to listen. I mean, people can tell you what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, but at the end of the day, you can only decide whether you want to do something or not.
Canas is looking good against an awkward opponent who just keeps turning.
Awkward veteran. One of those fighters that just knows how to survive.
Weird angles. Like, you don't see any of this when you spar.
No, you can't simulate this. This is just, one of those awkward fighters that you can't emulate that.
All right, we head to the third. Here, Golden Boy, working towards the main event of Alexis Rocha and Anthony Young. There you see the movement from Loco. Gets hit flush and immediately turns around.
Another flush.
Fabuloso Cadillac's jamming. Good thing. Matador, which is kind of what Loco's doing a little bit, right? He doesn't want to get hit.
Definitely playing that Matador card, waving that red flag at the bull.
All right, we go to the third round. The corner of Loco is Cuñado number 2 and another guy he's never met. He shows up by himself as Loco. This is his second time fighting in the United States. He shows up on his own. He's like, hey, anybody here licensed? You guys want to work in my corner? Loco was crazy. No, they did not find him.
He lives up to his nickname.
Yeah. Loco's going to the Oxxo afterwards and say, what's up? What we got here?
Just comes ready to fight.
You've had fights like this. I've called a couple of your fights like this where how do you not get frustrated?
You just got to maintain your composure. These types of fights, they don't make you look as good as you are because you get enough awkward fighter in there, and it's frustrating, but you got to stick to the game plan.
Also a guy who's not trying to mix it up with you.
Definitely not. And then you got them swinging for the fences. You just got to stay sharp. Very difficult to time those shots.
Yeah, Loco doesn't have power. He's just hoping he runs into one. This is where the boxing is going to be important, right? Body shot,
this
uppercut.
is where the skills are going to come into play.
I like the way Canas moves around, though. Doesn't look like a young
definitely.
man making his debut.
Definitely, he's making a miss. I would like to see him work off the jab. He's long. He has a 75.5-inch reach. He's got to use that.
There it is. That's that one he's hoping to land. Local, guys like him, the backbone of boxing. Weak Sauce Radio appreciates you guys.
Hey,
Marquise.
that was the headlock right there.
But this is what they do.
Yeah.
And this is what you have to learn
Anything to get under the skin of the better fighter.
Yep. He's like, man, look, I know you got the fancy shorts. I know you got Jimmy Humilde sponsoring you. I know you got the nice boots.
But I'm here to win.
I don't care. And this is where Cañas just needs to stay himself, right?
Hey, you just gotta stick to the game plan, stay disciplined with your shots, and don't let your emotions get the best of you.
Now Loco's a southpaw. He's not a southpaw. He just turned southpaw.
Yeah, he's just a weird, awkward fighter. Very dangerous.
That was that jab. Cañas has popped from what Ronnie Rios and Alexis Rocha told me. He's gone to spar some of the better names in Southern California gyms. Loco holding on and punching. Hook from Cañas.
It's still very difficult to prepare for a guy like El Loco.
Yep. Final seconds of the third round. Locals keeps coming.
Coming at him running.
I wonder if we can talk to Loco right now, huh?
He's right
He'll
here.
answer us, right?
Want to give it a shot? Sounds like he's in good shape.
Oh, yeah. Want more
Not
water?
Not breathing hard or anything. Talking back.
Another solid round, though, for Johnny Cañas.
Yeah, definitely. Started boxing him a bit more right here and just picking his shots. And
this is good for Cañas. In his pro debut, going to the fourth round, Hector Lopez trainer, you got SOA boxing behind him. Bugatti, everybody's on his side. He has that. But this is something you can now go watch the film and be like, all right, I got the pro debut out of my way. And
now you just improve.
And I'm facing the guy who's probably the most awkward guy I'm ever going to see. Crowd making noise for him.
Sparring can prepare you for a guy like this.
Guys behind it just said, "Oh, he's slick." I don't necessarily want to call Local slick. He's something
weird and awkward. Can't time it. Difficult to time.
But for 21-year-old Cañas, moving around nicely, jab. You can see that there's something there to work with.
Definitely. He's working off the jab.
Yeah.
He's moving. He's not getting hit so flush.
And if he had somebody there that would engage
right
with
here.
him, you need somebody to dance with, right?
Yeah, it takes two to tango. When you have a dancing partner like El Loco, just makes it difficult.
I mean, Loco's not even dancing with it. You're like doing salsa. he's over doing the cha-cha.
Yeah. Completely different. It's not what you're used to.
Yeah. Cañas wants to be all pegadito. It's like quebradita.
Loco has different plans.
Yeah. But the look of Cañas, the ability to move around, that right there, the little feints, the stuff, you can see why he's somebody
You can see why Golden Boy signed him. He has the skill, has the build, has the look.
Yep.
And definitely going to get a lot better from this.
He had less than 20 amateur fights. He started boxing at 16, and he wasn't taking it serious.
If you would have told me that from the beginning that he had less than 20 fights, I probably wouldn't have believed it.
Yep.
He looks solid.
Yeah.
Great skill.
He's been learning how to box sparring. His style, look at Loco say, let's go in the middle. His style wouldn't translate to amateurs. So he had a couple amateur fights. He lost them. He's like, man, forget this. This ain't for me. I beat that guy, but he didn't get the points.
And he made the decision to go to pro. And definitely looks like you got something to work with here.
Good shots landed. Loco. Do not be fooled by the record. He's going to make it difficult for you. Make it ugly. And for Cañas, this is going to be good. You'll never
Said,
see
"I
that
played
again.
those mind games."
You're never going to see a guy spin move in a punch. And in my 9 years, the first time I've ever seen that. Thank you, Loco, for bringing
In
the
my
fight.
20 years of boxing, I've never seen anything like that.
He doesn't win the fight, but he'll win the crowd. Some of it. And Loco puts up his hands. That was interesting.
Very interesting fight.
But you know,
Not what we're used to seeing.
he's having fun. He's getting booed, and he's still bowing to the crowd.
That's what you like to see. He's here because he loves to box. Just his boxing is very different.
Hector Lopez, Cutman C in his corner, didn't have to work the cuts. We'll look at some highlights from this fight that goes the distance. The fight, I didn't expect to go the distance.
I definitely didn't, but credit to Loco. He made it tough.
Cañas, the 6'1" fighter, you see that long reach, the punches, the ability. There's something there with that young man. Again, professional debut, less than 20 amateur fights, but there's something there.
There's definitely something there. He has great skill. He's long. And, you know, he definitely can build from this.
There's that spin move. Spin move punch.
Probably the first and only time we'll see that.
Hey, Loco! 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 Hey! Loco! Loco! ¿Diste vuelta? ¿Qué? I looked at Loco. I was like, you gave a punch and you threw. I was like, why? He goes, something different. As respect between the two fighters in the ring. Joe Martinez, who won this fight?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and here are the totals. Jonathan Davis has it 40-36. Carla Caiz and Jerry Cantu both 39-37. All for your winner by unanimous decision in his professional debut, Sugar Cane, Johnny Cañas.
Johnny Cañas. Victory. He learns. Gets a decision.
He's definitely going to learn from this.
Crowd make a lot of noise. As you see the team taking the picture. Again, another one. I like it. He won. Wasn't the prettiest, wasn't the best, but no big celebration. Get out of the way. Move
now
on.
It's back to work.
All right, so 2 fights done. 1 more to go, and that's going to be Eric Priest coming up. Leo Sanchez, a KO. Johnny Cañas, a decision that went 4. At the top of the hour, 6 o'clock, the zone will get going with Scrappy Ramirez and Fernando Diaz. Beto Duran alongside Jose Gonzalez. Manat is jamming here. Me vale, vale. I don't care. All right, 2 fights done. We had a knockout. We had a decision. Now, Eric Priest, the middleweight comes up. You been around the game. He's 9-0. He's 7 KOs. Officially signed with Golden Boy. So now it's a little bit different, isn't it?
Definitely different. You're now signed to promoter. You know, when you have that promoter backing you up, it adds extra motivation to you. And I'm sure he's excited to put on a show. He's a YouTube main event. 9-0, 7 knockouts, so he put on a good show.
And he's going to have a veteran in Ricardo Villalba of 29 fights, 20 of those victories from Buenos Aires, Argentina. And the noise you hear behind us is the Sugar Cane is coming out. Johnny Cañas. Sugar Cane is his nickname. And they're having a good time with him. So that's coming up next is Eric Priest and Ricardo Villalba. Of course, the main event is going to be Cañas' stablemate, Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young. So Rocha mentored the young man, showed him the way, but now he's the main event. He's got to show the way, too.
Definitely. He's mentored this young kid, but now he's got to show him what it takes, to be at that level. He's the DAZN main event. He's looking for bigger fights after this, and I'm sure he's going to put on a show.
Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young. Rocha, an 8-1 favorite. The co-feature on DAZN is going to be Oscar Duarte and D'Angelo Keys. A minimum weight battle. The belt is on the line for the WBO. Philippines, Melvin Jerusalem takes on Puerto Rico's Oscar Collazo. And then opening up the zone at the top of the hour will be Scrappy Ramirez against Fernando Diaz. I'm going to take a picture right now. Let's go. They want me to stretch? I'm going to stretch, but I got to take pictures, baby. I got to take pictures. Cameraman shows up. I got to take pictures. Now we're having fun here. Beto Duran, Jose Gonzalez, Jousce Gonzalez with a Z is his Instagram. Make sure you follow him there. I tried to tag you on Twitter, but you don't have one, right?
I don't have a Twitter. I've never had a Twitter. People want something to make one, but I feel like I'm so late to the party.
Yeah, just let your publicist do that for you. There it is. But make sure you follow the Golden Boy Twitter as they're putting up highlights from the fights. All right, ready? Your last fight right here.
Yeah.
All right, now I want you to say, let's go up to our ring announcer, Joe Martinez, but I want you to say with energy, punch it, and send it. Make him smile.
Let's go up to our ring announcer, Joe Martinez.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our final preliminary bout this evening. 8 rounds in the middleweight division. And first to make his way to the ring from Buenos Aires, Argentina, here is Ricardo Villalba.
35-year-old Ricardo Villalba. He's fought in the United States before, but it's the first time he's fighting in California. Y saludos a toda la gente que nos está mirando en Buenos Aires por la página de YouTube. Ricardo Villalba is a Boca Junior fan. Big soccer team out there.
Yeah.
So he's got the Argentina flag.
He's in his 30th professional fight, so tough veteran.
Bebo is his nickname, B-E-B-O. You got Daniel Bustos. That's his trainer. And the Argentinian accent is strong.
And next to make his way to the ring, here's the undefeated middleweight from Los Angeles. Please welcome Eric Priest.
The rock music's been coming strong tonight. 24 years old, Eric Priest, making his Golden Boy debut. Works out at Churchill Boxing Club on the west side of LA. I called a couple of his fights. He's fun to watch. 6 foot, originally from Kansas City, Kansas. Half Korean. He fought on the Regis and Chon Cepeda undercard on Thanksgiving weekend in Carson, and he had a first-round KO. And now signed to Golden Boy.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds scheduled. This in the middleweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside are Carla Caiz, Patricia Morse-Jarman, and Thomas Taylor. And when the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge, Jerry Cantu. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black with silver, he weighed in officially 160 pounds even. In 29 professional fights, his record stands at 20 victories, 8 defeats, 1 draw with 8 wins coming by way of knockout from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Here is Ricardo El Bebo Villalba. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing red trunks trimmed in silver and white. He weighed in 159 3/4 pounds, and in 9 professional bouts, holds a perfect record of 9 victories, no defeats, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated middleweight from Los Angeles, California, Eric Priest.
Mouthpiece. Gentlemen, you have received your instructions in the dressing room. You will obey my commands at all times. Estás recibiendo sus instrucciones en el camarino. Todo lo toques. Bueno.
Jerry Cantu, the third man in the ring. It's our final bout here on YouTube, middleweight division at the top of the hour. We get going on DAZN. Scrappy Ramirez will open that up at 6 o'clock, but right now it's Eric Priest making his Golden Boy debut. Last year, Priest fought 3 times. He had 3 rounds. 3 first-round knockouts for Eric Priest in 2022. He packs power. I've worked 2 of his fights they did last year, and he comes in. He has a good style, Joe. It was against good opposition he had also. Guys with a winning record. 2 of them. 2 fighters were undefeated, and he knocked him out. So he comes in quick.
Not only knocked him out, you said first-round knockout,
Yep.
so it's definitely a confidence booster for him.
But then again, the question is, well, he only had 3 rounds in the whole year. So do you want to, how much work did you get, you know? Where his opponent, Villalba, fought in February, and he got knocked out in the second. But before that, he went 6 rounds, 10 rounds. So the more active fighter has been Villalba, rounds-wise. But let's see what Priest has here. Oscar De La Hoya, if you follow Oscar's social media account, was really posting about Priest a lot, really excited about him, especially in the press release that Jay Murcia sent out. The quotes from Oscar, just talking to him yesterday or Thursday at the press conference. I like this guy. Something I see in him. And he's loading up on the right hand.
Those 3 first-round knockouts help.
Yeah. And the middleweight division is interesting. Middleweight fight that was announced recently is going to be Demetrius Battler. Big Meech is going to be taking on Shane Mosley Jr. in the middleweight division. And we're right next to the corner of Villalba, so you'll be hearing the Spanish from the Argentine. Priest, trained by Pedro Nemi Jr. And with Marky Nieves, his cut man in the corner. You see the tattoo of the Korean flag and the U.S. flag on the left shoulder of Priest.
They're both still feeling each other. I'm sure they felt the power.
Priest sitting down on his punches here with 45 seconds to go in the first round.
Priest trying to dig the body a little bit.
Villalba, not much power behind him. Only 8 stoppages. From a couple of people I talked to, they said he's game, he's tough. He'll battle with you. But don't expect a big knockout from Villalba. He's going to have to put combinations together. Where Priest has that one-hitter quitter.
Yeah, definitely 7 KOs in 9 fights. He's definitely got that pop.
Yeah, he got that eraser. 10 seconds to go in the opening round. Filling out round. Scheduled for 8 here in Indio, California. Crowd filling in here at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. The main event tonight, Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young on DAZN. Timekeeper Keenan blows the whistle. Get the fighters back out for the second round. Nine 9-0, 7 KOs. He's 6 foot, is Eric Priest. It's interesting. The fight before this, Johnny Cañas, 6'1", 135. Priest, 6 foot, 160. Boxers come in different sizes.
Different sizes, different shapes.
And what are you, 5'10"?
I'm 5'10" and 135.
Man. And we're going to see different sizes later on, too. The minimum weight title is on the line, 105 pounds. Jerusalem and Collazo will be going at
Very
it.
hard to find fighters that size.
Well, they don't even have that size in the Olympics. That's why Collazo turned pro.
Yeah. No, don't blame him.
All right, so Priest. Yeah, the red and silver. Feeling out. He knows that this is a step up in competition because the style that Villalba brings to you. And you, as you move up, Jos, you're Priest 9-0. He's taking on a guy in his 30th fight in Villalba. So what's the attitude when you're, okay, I know this guy has way more experience than this?
You just want to improve. He knows this guy is his 30th fight. Priest, he just wants to get better and better, and obviously upping the competition is only going to get you better.
But is there ever a case where maybe you respect him a little too much?
There could be a case like that.
Early in the rounds? Or
early in the fight, but after you get a feel for it, you just get comfortable and you just start letting loose.
Like he's starting to do now. He split the guard, a good solid 1-2, double up the jab is Priest. Yeah, Villalba already be more defensive.
Good right hand by Priest. Another one.
Solid by Priest.
He's sitting down those punches a lot more in this round. Priest is.
Villalba with his mouth open. He got the call for this fight a week ago. Indio, California adjusted. Making noise as he throws the punches is Priest. Like I said, I called 2 of his fights last year. Couldn't really figure out much for Priest because his opponent came in willing to trade with him and he cracked him. It's more of the boxing from what I've heard of Priest.
You can't tell much about a fighter when they get him out of the first round.
Especially when you knock
You're
the guy
supposed to be filling them out and stuff like that, but some people just like to come in and take them out.
Some guys come in to fight like they're double parked. How about the opponents?
Yeah, definitely. You come in, you just want to get out of there. Make it a quick night.
Second round winding down is scheduled for 8. Our last fight here on the YouTube page. At the top of the hour, DAZN takes over. So make sure you download the DAZN app. You'll be busy. Golden Boy's going to be busy. Fights in June, fights in July. The highlights from the second round, Jos. What do you see here?
See a good body shot land by Priest. I see him getting comfortable. There you see the jab at the end of the combination.
All right, so we've had a couple filling out rounds. It's only scheduled for 8. Is this where Priest kind of starts stepping on the gas?
Definitely. It's only scheduled for 8 rounds. This is his 3rd round. This is as much as he's gone all of last year. So I'm sure he's getting anxious. He wants to get a knockout or at least a knockdown.
Moves back Villalba. At what point do you realize, okay, this guy doesn't have much power. I can do what I want now?
Around this point in the fight, you're in the 3rd round. You start seeing, you already felt their power, you already felt their speed, their timing, and this is where you start going to work.
Yeah, because Villalba more on the defensive, keeping that guard really high. Priest.
He probably felt
snapping.
Priest's power from the previous rounds, and now he's just very cautious. It's going to be harder to knock him out now.
Priest has been first the entire fight. Trying to go upstairs, but Villalba keeping that guard super high, super tight. He throws it, that left hand comes back immediately. Nice jab from Priest.
Priest is looking very, very comfortable right now in the fight. Snapping that jab, moving his head, catching the shots.
Yeah, starting to split the guard at times.
Nice check hook right there.
All right, what's the check hook?
Check hook is a quick little check hook. You just make sure you want to check him. That's why they call it a check hook.
It's not the big one that's going to knock people out.
Not the big ones. It's just a quick little, you know.
Just
hey,
let
I'm
them know you're here.
Hey, I'm here.
Like, keep the hand up because something might else follow.
Something else is going to follow it, or who knows? Maybe that one might just put you down.
Yeah. Upstairs is where Peace is trying to go. He slips.
No slip in the ring.
Feet tangled up. And you see some
Good
redness.
sportsmanship.
Yeah. Some redness on the nose of Villalba, the Argentine in black. Yeah, it's going to be Priest first at all times.
Yeah, he's been first. I'm seeing Villalba take the headshots really well. I'd want to see Priest go down a little bit more to the body.
He hasn't had any body shots at all.
He's taking the headshots. We'll see how he takes the body shots.
Ten seconds to go in the third. Scheduled for 8. Our final bout here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Make sure you follow the Golden Boy social media accounts for behind-the-scenes pictures of Leo Sanchez and Johnny Cañas, who already got the victories here tonight. Also, the arrivals of Scrappy Ramirez. They're already posted. June 8th, Golden Boy will be back here. Golden Boy Fight Night on Thursday, then June 10th, Ontario. Stay tuned for news of when Jose Gonzalez gets back into the ring. I'm not going to say I saw you trying to make a fight, but I saw you trying to make a fight. We won't say any names, but Joe's over here telling everybody I'm ready. Our main event tonight, Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young, the co-feature. Oscar Duarte, who used to train here in Indio with Joel Diaz, and D'Angelo Keys. Melvin Jerusalem, Oscar Callazo for the WBO 105-pound belt. In the opener, Scrappy Ramirez, Fernando Diaz. GS from Riverside. Scrappy from LA. That's going to be a good scrap. Oh, man, I can't believe I just fell for that. Scrappy got me. It's going to be a good fight. That's at the top of the hour. Right now, it's Eric Priest controlling this fight. He's in the red and silver. All right, this is where, as we said it with Leo Sanchez, you don't want to play with your food, right? You want to get him out as soon as possible.
Definitely don't want to play with your food at all. Priest is obviously the more skilled fighter. He's seen that Bebo has been taking his face shots really well. See if he can take the body shots. I would invest in the body for the later rounds. See if he can get him out of there.
Yeah, we haven't seen any body shots at all from Eric Priest.
He's working off the jab really well. He's got it right there. Come with the body shot or something. Good right hand.
Bebo knows how to slip those.
He's rolling with them nice.
He's getting hit but not flush.
That's a big difference.
Some swelling now around the nose and the left eye of the Argentine.
Good hook by Priest.
Now that was a real hook, not a check hook.
Definitely, that was a real hook. You heard the thud.
Yeah, you heard the ooh for the crowd also. The corner of Villalba right next to us. So keep the hand up. Might have been a little low. I see what you're talking about, Joseph. That body right now is open.
Wide open. He's got to just start digging in. Invest in the body shots.
And Villalba now breathing with his mouth wide open. Less than a minute to go in the fourth round.
When you start seeing that, you really want to start digging the body because you know it's an 8-round fight. We're barely in 4. He's already breathing from his mouth. Sometimes fighters don't collapse or go down because of they're actually hurt. They go down because they're tired and they need a breather.
Yeah, Villalba's shown that he can take a punch upstairs. There's that
Good
body shot.
shot by
You can
Priest.
hear the thud. More of that. That's what you want, Jose?
Definitely more of that. He had a reaction, so that means it hurt him.
He's good at slipping it. Is the Argentine in black.
Very good. He's rolling with them nice. They're not landing flush. They're landing, but not flush.
As we head to the 5th round. Jamming inside the Event Center Fantasy Springs. Golden Boy on Memorial Weekend. Thank you for joining us this Saturday night. Bethel Duran alongside with Golden Boy's Jose Gonzalez. When's your brother turning pro?
I'm not sure. You know, he's staying in the gym. We'll see when the opportunity comes, and when it comes, he'll be ready for it.
John Heidel, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's my guy.
We all grew in reverse. Joette being the oldest, he's the smallest, and then me, the middle, or second oldest, bigger than Joette, and then you got Heidel, and he's bigger than all of us.
Yeah, I like him. Good family that your father and mother have, and especially the gym, everybody there. Azusa Boxing is where you started.
That's where we started. We are at K Fitness in Laverne now.
You guys have your own, the Gonzalez, and an excellent amateur program that you guys have.
Yeah, definitely. My dad has a group of kids that he trains, and you know they're on the way as well.
You guys, you have them running with you, you have them training with you.
Running with us, training with us, sparring with us. You know, everything. It's a family.
And of course, shout out to your brother Jason.
Yeah,
who
the biggest critic of the family.
You want to talk about a critic or a broadcaster? I'm scared of Jason. He'll let me know.
He'll let you know.
But shout out to Jason. You're here, the 5th round of action. Part of the reason I'm bringing up the amateur program that your family has, do that is because in this venue is where they have the Desert Showdown, a big amateur program, and Eric Priest from Kansas City, Kansas. That's also one of the spots where they have a big tournament out there, right? The gloves,
the ringside.
The ringside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's one of the big tournaments, yes.
Yes, the amateur programs as you go and you develop, and when you translate to the pros, what's the biggest difference, Jose?
The speed of it. In the pros, you're much more calm, relaxed, and you got a longer fight ahead of you. And the amateurs, it's just about go get your points, and that's probably the biggest difference.
Right now, with Eric Priest is noticing as you progress and you have a fighter with 30 fights underneath his belt, what you did
that knows how to survive.
Yep, what you did against a guy who only had 6-7 fights isn't going to work as effectively.
Yeah, no, definitely not, because he knows how to. The other fighter, 35 veteran, knows how to survive. He's gonna let you come in, throw your punches, waste your energy, and then he's gonna just feel it out, roll with it, and at the end of the day, survive.
As we mentioned, Priest only had 3 rounds last year, so getting quality rounds against a solid opponent.
As good as development as a professional.
Who gives you that professional resistance.
Yeah.
And now Priest is showing some different wrinkles, going upstairs and downstairs.
Showing that he has good boxing skills too, rather than just power.
Good jab. We got some blood
cut on the bridge of the nose.
Right on that last punch at the end of the round. Some blood on the bridge of the nose for the Argentine Ricardo Villalba. Going to the 6th round. Now that corner of Villalba is working quick on the nose. Sixth round of action, Eric Priest and Ricardo Villalba, our last fight here on the YouTube portion. At the top of the hour, DAZN takes over. I'll be on the call alongside Chris Maddox and Sergio Mora, and it opens up with Scrappy Ramirez. And now some urgency from Villalba. That nose is busted on the bridge. The right eye is swelling, and they told him in the corner to pick it up. And he has more energy here.
Hey, definitely came out swinging. He knows he's behind on the cards,
Yep.
and that cut on the nose doesn't do him any justice.
Yep, and it's bleeding immediately. They worked on it, but it's bleeding. So it's up to Priest to jump on this. All right, I'm asking a dumb question. When a guy's cut like that, what do you do?
Jump on him or attack it.
Another-
Attack the part that's injured.
Another dumb question. Do you see it?
Definitely, you see it. Definitely, you see it.
No, because I mean, sometimes there's blood, but you don't know where it's coming from, right? Or that's
Most
just a
of the
dumb
time,
question.
you know where it's coming
Okay.
from, and it's so weird. Like the blood from a cut versus the blood from the bloody nose, it smells different in there. It smells different.
Really?
Yeah, people. Yeah, it smells different. You can smell it.
Okay, there's a lot of
That's
stuff
why I
going
say
on
you
there.
smell the blood, go for the kill.
So, okay, I never heard that
Yeah, it's
before, but I'm
crazy.
listening. I'm fascinated now. So you can smell.
You smell the blood.
different scents of
It
blood.
smells like much more like iron. Like you smell that
Which
metal.
one?
When you get a gash from a headbutt, punch from the eyebrow, from the nose, from wherever, versus a nosebleed.
Okay, so a nosebleed smells like what?
You don't really smell that.
It's just blood.
It's just blood.
But some forehead.
When you
clash.
smell that, it smells like iron, and you just smell that heavy metal, and you just
Yeah.
definitely.
Like you're driving by a construction site.
Yeah, I remember the first time it was one of my amateur fights. I smelled the blood. I was like, "Whoa, this is different."
So that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh. Less than a minute to go in the sixth round. Finally, some body work from Priest. One punch at a time, though.
Oh, you see him double up on that.
The corner of Villalba is showing the experience on your side. He definitely has the experience. Combinations from Priest. £160, the middleweight division.
Good short hook by Priest right there.
It's an interesting division, too. Priest in his 9th pro fight. 24-year-old for Kansas City, Kansas. There it is, working on the bridge of the nose of Ricardo Villalba. 30 pro fights down. He walks in. When I saw him at the weigh-ins yesterday, I'm like, yep, he's a fighter.
He's got that face of a fighter.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what he looked like or anything like that, but when he walked in the way, I'm like, who are you fighting? He said, Priest.
So people just got that face.
Argentina, you think about a man who trained here, Lucas Matisse,
Think about Matisse, the Maidanas.
Brian Castano, who's a recent champion.
A lot of good fighters coming out of there. Tough fighters.
Yep. A lot of fighters from Argentina, a lot of pride. And you'll see an Argentina fighter, I think almost every fight I work with, like whether it's a club show or a bigger show, there's usually an Argentina fighter on the B side who comes in tough as nails, makes it hard for you, And the undefeated fighter, the young prospect, walks away. What the heck what was this? Like,
Yeah, it's different. They take their fighting seriously and like with a lot of pride.
Absolutely.
They're not just gonna come in here and take a dive.
At all. I kid you not, I worked a fight recently. The dude was 44 years old. He is a chicken farmer and lost split decision against a kid who was 9-0. And he told me, I work on a farm. I'm farm strong. I do this. I don't need to lift weight. I'm like, why are you fighting? He's like, oh, because I love beating young kids. And his record he was like 15-24, but it's always against a young prospect who's like 7-0, 8-0, and he takes their own.
You know, those farm workers are strong too. You know, there's a saying in Mexico, the people that milk the cows and work with the cattle, they can crack.
Son de rancho.
I believe it, you know?
Well, that's actually Oscar Duarte, who we're going to see in the co-feature tonight. His family has a farm, and he works on the farm baling hay. So
And you look at him, and he's a good, solid power puncher.
Doesn't lift weights.
Hey, he lifts hay.
Halfway through the 7th round, scheduled for 8. Eric Priest controlling this fight against the very tough and game Ricardo Villalba. Middleweights. More blood from the nose of Villalba. Finally, Priest attacking the body. A minute to go in the round. If he went to the body, would it be done?
Definitely be a different story right now. If you went to the body early in the fight, you would see Villalba breathing much more heavier, and especially with that blood on the nose, it'd be harder for him to breathe right now.
He would have took a toll?
Definitely would have taken a toll. But it's good. It's like an investment. Oh, his mouthpiece came out. See if Priest can capitalize on it.
Mouthpiece went out. Those body shots.
He's breathing from his mouth. That's why the mouthpiece came out.
Yeah, there's more blood. And that, right now when he spit out, it was all blood that he spit.
Maybe it was a tactic to catch his breath.
Again, the veterans do that. They know how to find and get themselves an extra couple seconds.
They do.
I like
Good jab by Priest.
I like the old one of, all of a sudden, the bucket of ice slips at the end of the round. I mean, at the end of the minute.
We got to clean it up
now.
now.
We got to clean. It was just enough. Final seconds of the 7th round. Villalba, respect to him, asking Priest to come bring it. And after every round, Villalba shakes hands with Priest. You like it, guys do that?
Not really. I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight. I don't like it. I don't like touching gloves before or after the fight. You know, when that final bell rings, then okay, we can give each other our respect. But during the fight, you know, there's no friends in that ring.
I know you touch when the fight starts because
when
you
it
have
starts
to.
and when it ends.
And then
besides that, I will not touch gloves.
You know what? Right. I'm right there with you. Like,
it's a fight, you know.
Like
he's coming to hurt me. I'm coming to hurt him.
And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. That was a good round. Yeah, man. I'm supposed to knock you out.
Good job, bro. No, we're not done yet. We're fighting.
But a lot of guys do that as like a mental side too.
Yeah, to let them know, like, oh, you didn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's like a mind game, you know? You do it in sparring, but in the fight...
Okay, sparring is a different story.
Sparring is a different story. We're there to help each other grow. Right here, we're here to hurt each other.
It's like, hey, I'm happy to have gotten in with you. You're like, man, I should have knocked you out in the fourth.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? All right, that's Villalba's corner. What'd you tell him? He's like, oh, he's fine. He's just being too cautious because of the cut. He thinks it's worse than it really is. It's not. Yeah, so he's being cautious because of the cut. But it wasn't exactly any advice to, like, go out there and do something. It's more like they want to survive.
Last round, he should.
They just want to
try
survive.
To come out.
Like.
He probably knows this fight's not going to be won.
Yeah.
He just wants to survive, live to fight another day.
You're Priest. I mean, get into 5th gear right now, no?
Right here, you got to try to put them punches together and try to get him out of there. You see you hurt him. You see that that cut on the nose is bothering him. See what you can do with it.
With the combinations, and just don't let him breathe, huh?
Don't let him breathe. Work him up and down. Step on the gas. He steps back. Follow up pressure. This is where you got to put it into extra gear.
Close the show.
Yeah, definitely.
There's that right hand deflected by Villalba.
Villalba's definitely being very cautious.
Yeah. Now I understand what you're saying, Joseph. If he had gone to the body earlier, Villalba wouldn't have any kind of strength to be standing.
It would have been a different fight. He probably would have taken a knee from exhaustion. Not because he's hurt, but because he's tired.
Yeah, he's been breathing with his mouth open since the 4th round. Less than a minute to go in the fight. Top of the hour, DAZN takes over. Villalba came to survive and give him rounds. He did that.
Credit to him.
Yeah, credit to him. Priest gets good work. Fought 3 rounds last year. Actually, less than 3 rounds because we're all first-round knockouts.
And now he comes in here and he does 8.
You see something there. He's got the look. He's got the ability. He's got the talent. Builds on this. 8-rounder. There's something there with Eric Priest.
Hey, this is his 8th round. He's looking still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something to build.
And that'll do it. They go the distance. Eric Priest and Argentina's Ricardo Villalba. Villalba thanking the crowd. In the corner of Priest. We'll go to the judges' scorecards. Remember, the top of the hour is DAZN. Scrappy Ramirez, Fernando Diaz. And then the main event is going to be Alexis Rocha, Anthony Young. Make sure you download the DAZN app. So there'll be a... I think we figured out these cards. It's going to be... Priest should get the victory here.
Yeah, definitely.
His 10th pro fight for Eric Priest. So a step up in competition was good for him.
Yeah, big step up. You know, he's going up against a 35 veteran.
Good quality work.
A 35 veteran with a winning record.
Yep. Joe Martinez has our winner.
Well, fight fans, after 8 rounds, we go to the scorecards, and here are the totals. Carla Caiz and Thomas Taylor both see it 80-72. Patricia Morse-Jarman has it 79-73. All for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Eric Priest.
Eric Priest gets the victory. He's now 10-0. Goes the distance. Gets quality work in his Golden Boy debut. Ricardo Villalba falls to 29-1. Respect between the two fighters there. So he gets the victory. All right, here, trying to figure out who's going to step on me because the blood is flowing from the Argentine fighter. He left blood there.
Leaving blood everywhere.
All right, we have 3 fights here on YouTube. Leo Sanchez, a KO. That was impressive. Go to the social media accounts to see it. Johnny Cañas, Eric Priest gets the victories. For my partner, Jose Gonzalez, everybody in the truck, great job, everybody. Thank you for watching the YouTube portion on Golden Boy's YouTube page. DAZN at the top of the hour is 6 o'clock. Jose, great job. We'll talk to you soon.
Prospects in boxing right now, and he is well positioned to get a world title opportunity.
Out of Atlantic City, New Jersey,